Hello internet, Xanos here, how you doing guys? Right, this is quite exciting for me because this is the first video I've made using the new setup, which is a new Canon 550D camera and the 3 new lights, so let me know how it looks and how it sounds down below in the comments. But anyway, the subject of this video is about Mario Odyssey. Not directly about Mario Odyssey, but a little bit about Mario Odyssey. It was announced that Mario Odyssey is not going to have a game over screen. And I was fine with that. I think he doesn't need a game over screen, but quite a few people are like, oh my god, you're getting rid of a fundamental aspect of gaming. How dare you not have a game over screen? And it just got me thinking about, do we really need game over screens anymore? And are they even really worth it in games anymore? So let's have a little chat about it. I got a few examples of good examples of game over and bad examples, so let's get into it. So first of all, Mario Odyssey. So they've said that there is essentially going to be no major penalty for death, which I think is a fantastic thing to have in a game like Mario Odyssey, because for me, that encourages you to explore and to experiment with the world and what you can do. Like it showed in one of the live streams at the treehouse, the guy controlling Mario literally jumped off the end of the map, but that loaded a whole new area underneath that if it wasn't for the sort of no massive penalty, you wouldn't really have explored that. I think the penalty is you lose 10 coins every time you die and have to respawn. When you're down to 0, it doesn't matter, you just keep losing 10 coins even though there's no coins to lose. But I think that's a really good system to have because that encourages a lot of exploration, of experimenting what you could do with the game. Another good example of that kind of system is in Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy is a really fun game, which I'm sure a lot of you have played. For those who haven't, basically you're a red square, you got to get from A to B and avoid all the many ways the map can kill you on the way. Sounds frustrating, and it is. It's really frustrating. But it's made easier by the fact that when you die, it's pretty much an instantaneous respawn back at the start of the map, and then you just keep going. And then when you do finally get to the end of the mission, it plays back all the times you died, which is really cool. But the more important aspect of that is the fact that it gives you an instant respawn. You don't lose the momentum where you're up to, you just go again, go again, go again, go again. And I think they're the best kind of respawn kind of system, so I think that's kind of what Mario Odyssey is going for. Another good example of that is Borderlands. The Borderlands game, the respawn is pretty much instantaneous. There's a very small reloading screen. There's no massive penalty for exploring the game and the different options you can do. I mean, for example, in Borderlands 2, Handsome Jack says, if you kill yourself, I will pay you. And you can kill yourself, and you will get some credits for killing yourself. And I think that having a respawn system or a death system when there's no massive penalty in games, open world games or explorative games or adventure games is a good way of a game of being able to get much more out of the game. Black and Melee is a really good side-scroll action beat-em-up game, and for what I remember of that, I think the respawn was, again, it was pretty much instant. I don't really recall there being a game over screen. I just remember being able to get straight back into the action sort of really quickly. And Sunset Overdrive is really good at encouraging you to explore the game, because if you die, you get a fun little animation which is like a throwback or a reference to a different film or a movie or a different game. And it's really nice to see the fact that you can explore, you can try out things, and there's no massive penalty for dying. And that is a really good and key thing to have in games like Mario Odyssey, Meat Boy, Borderlands, Guacamelee and Sunset Overdrive. It's good to be able to explore and do what you want without really any massive punishment. Now, that's not me saying that game over screens need to die, because no, it's not game over for game over screens, because some games are really defined by having a game over screen. The main example I can think of right now is the Dark Souls and Bloodborne game. When you die, you get the whole "you died" on the screen, which is a really ominous tone. The red font comes up and the screen fades out as your character's body just lies there in a pool of its own blood, and that's a really good part of that game. Yeah, it is frustrating as hell when you do die, but that is part of the game's mechanic. The game wants you to figure out how the game's working. And when you die, it's not just a, oh, you die and restart again. You die, you lose all of your souls, and then it's a frantic dash to try and get back to where you died without re-dying so you can reclaim your souls, only to die again, have to repeat the whole thing again. So Dark Souls and Bloodborne system of dying and restarting is a really well thought out and fleshed out one. My main issue with having the game over screens is sometimes it can really take you out of the immersion of the game. Now that sounds stupid when I'm saying you can be more immersed when you keep dying and instantly respawning, because that's not really very realistic. but it keeps you playing the game. If every time I died in Super Meat Boy, I was greeted with a game over screen, continue or quit option, after a few attempts, I would press quit because the game is stopping me. By having the game over, the game is actually stopping me. Whereas in a game like Dark Souls, when the game stops you, it makes you go, right, what did I do wrong? Where did that enemy come from? What can I do to prevent this? And you get back into the game pretty quickly. There's not a massive lingering time. One game that I find is a bit brutal with the reload time is Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, there's no traditional game over screen, but it feels like there is, because when you have to load back into the game, there is quite a substantial wait for that game to load. Yes, I know graphically the game's amazing, it's a big open world, and it's got a massive area to reload, and I appreciate that. If I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn late into the night and I die because of a foolish error or something kills me, if it's that late at night or I'm getting frustrated by the game giving me this wall, something that's stopping me from playing, the fact that I physically can't play because I've got to wait for it to reload, I probably would turn the game off. I think, right, I'm bored of that now, I'm going to play something else. Like, for example, maybe one of the Lego games, because the Lego games are another really good way of having the game over respawning system. You are allowed to make mistakes. Yes, you could say the Lego games are aimed at kids, but there's a lot of fun to be had there and adult references, and it's good that you're not punished for exploring. If you fall off a cliff or you think, oh, can I jump over there? Well, no, you can't, but you've instantly respawned. The game isn't stopping you from playing, it's just going, no, that doesn't work, try again. And that's what I think is going to be good about the Mario Odyssey. Every time you die, it's just a, no, that doesn't work, try again. Rather than like a Horizon Zero Dawn, right, we're going to take you out, we're going to reload, and then we're going to put you back in. I think Mario getting away of the game over screen, I think that's a really positive thing for Mario Odyssey, and that is going to encourage me to explore every avenue of that game. Now I've seen it on the treehouse, I'm going to be jumping off the end of the world. I'm going to go, can I jump off this big tall building without dying? There's loads of times where in Horizon Zero Dawn where I've seen a big monster and I thought, ooh, I'm not going to take that on yet. Which is good for a game like Horizon Zero Dawn. You want to be in a world where you have to go, right, I could go and fight that, but I probably would die, so I'm gonna wait. So that works for Horizon Zero Dawn, that level of, I'm not gonna go over there just yet. But in a game like Mario Odyssey, you want to be able to just do and go wherever you want, really, and just do whatever the hell you want. Another game with the loading times that can sometimes really take you out of it is when you die in Skyrim or Fallout 4, or any Bethesda game, really, of the open world end of it. Because the loading screen is so long, if I keep dying at a certain point, or say if I'm doing a cave and I've died 1 or 2 times, I'll get frustrated now just stop playing that game. Because the game is stopping me from enjoying my fun, because yes, I've died, I've got to wait for it to reload. Yes, I made a mistake, I've got to wait for it to reload. So I do think it's good that Mario Odyssey doesn't have the whole game over punishment, you've died, you've lost everything, you've got to start the whole level again. It is good that you can go, right, I'm going to try and do this, it's not worked, okay, well I'm back here again. In the same way you can do with Borderlands, okay, I am going to kill myself like Handsome Jack said, and there's no massive penalty. And with Super Meat Boy, I am going to try and jump over, no, I've died, try again, I'm going to try this way, no, I'm going to try this way. So by allowing you just to instantly get back into the game with no massive punishment or no massive loading time, it's really cool. I think that encourages the players to play the game more and to experiment more. And it's really good, because the last thing you want is a heavy loading screen or a massive, ha, you died, game over screen. The last thing you want is something like that to stop you from playing the game, because it does kind of stop your immersion. It's like you get taken out from playing the game into a loading screen, and then you just sometimes just go, right, screw it, I've had enough, I'm not going to bother carrying them. Well, anyway, that was my random thoughts on the whole game over screen thing with Mario Odyssey, with everyone going, oh my god, there should be a game over screen. What do you think? Do you think there should be a game over screen for more games, or should it be up to the developer to implement it in their own separate way, like with the Dark Souls, Bloodborne games? That's a staple of that game, that's something that's so very important to that game. Or like Mario Odyssey, where there's not really any major punishment and you are allowed to explore and experiment with however you want. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. I hope this video was okay. As I say, this is my first video with a new camera and the new light setup, so let me know how it works, how it looks, and whether it was okay. And as always, there'll be a video over here. There'll be another video over here. I was Xanos. You can click up here to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you later, guys. Bye.